My name is Merrill, CEO of Mark Research, a 60-year-old insights company, and I am a 35-plus year veteran of the insights community and the host of our podcast, On the Mark. Welcome to another On the Mark Merrillism. It's great working for someone that is more than a boss. Today's podcast involves a few things: a usual story, and the second thing is an article that a total stranger wrote and was given to me. About a month ago, I was having lunch with a colleague of mine, Brian Barnes, his wife Debbie, son Alex, and daughter-in-law Molly. And I was really looking forward to this lunch, not because I love to eat, but because of the company. I was really looking forward to seeing Brian and his family. Shout out to Brian. Love your family. You're a lucky guy. Amazing time I had with you guys. Over the years, I've been fortunate, and I've talked business with Brian many times about his dad and his grandfather, which was so cool. Well, I sit down, and probably within a minute, Brian hands me an article that Don Keller wrote about Ray Barnes. Ray was Brian's grandfather and Alex's great-grandfather. Don was the editor and business manager of the Country Herald, a weekly paper in McConnellsville, Ohio, and was the first person Ray Barnes hired. They worked together for 20-plus years, and this article was written way back in 1988 after Ray, again, Brian's grandfather, had passed on. Okay, let me read this article. It's entitled More Than a Boss by Don Keller. I helped bury my boss the other day. The rain had subsided, and the quiet wind dried my tears for a while. As I thought about how much more than a boss this man had been to me, I realized how much I will miss him. Ray Barnes was a business associate, but he was a close personal friend too. I had known him since my newspaper carrying days. I worked with him. I dined out with him. I lived with him and his first wife when I came to McConnellsville. This self-made newspaper man was always teaching. He taught me the basic principles of a successful business, and he provided the fabrics to weave them together: honesty, fairness, service to others, and fortitude. I always looked forward to Mr. Barnes' visits in the summer. He always told me and everyone else to have fun. He never failed to inspire me and give me a lift whenever I needed it, in my mind, in my heart, or in the seat of my pants. He was someone to look up to, and I did. Mr. Barnes was a success because he was willing to do the tough jobs others did not want to do. He talked about his philosophy continuously. He got quite a chuckle out of the following story I read at the Chamber of Commerce banquet a few years ago. I think he saw part of himself, or rather his role, in this story. An old man once observed that in every successful organization, there was a thoroughly mean man who exercised a good deal of authority. The founder and president of the company, he observed, might be the soul of geniality, a pillar of the church, and a leader in all civic enterprise. But in deciding hard and ugly questions, this mean man was given his way. Mean problems, he said, must be met, continued the old man. Supply houses become indifferent. Salespeople grow lazy. Expenses rise. Profits dwindle. The mean man says what he thinks and insists that faults be corrected. Perhaps someone must be demoted, or dividends must be suspended, or salaries must be cut. The mean man initiates this unpleasant business, and to him is voted the nasty job of affecting the new policies. Success is partly the consequence of willingness to undertake unpleasant duties. Postponement of the pain of an operation sends sick people to an early grave, and by the same process, sick businesses drift into receiverships. The mean man, who may be president, vice president, and director, refused to put off until tomorrow what should be done today. His meanness keeps the business healthy. Ray Barnes was anything but a mean man, but he always kept his businesses healthy. His first love in the newspaper business was circulation, and he sold door to door for many years. Have fun selling subscriptions, Mr. Barnes, as Don Keller ended his article. And I got to tell you, what a great article. For me, the takeaway is you're very lucky when you work for someone who is more than a boss. I truly have had that once in my life. John Bonney. I've had some special bosses and a bunch that frankly weren't that good. But John Bonney was, to me, what Ray Barnes was to Don Keller. I hope all the listeners have had the opportunity to work for somebody like a Ray or a John. If you're not, you're missing out. Thanks for listening to today's On the Mark Merrillism. It's great working for somebody that is more than a boss. I look forward to hearing from you. My name is Merrill Dubrow. Stay well, stay safe, and please, please stay in touch.